Man, we have Bill Rodgers here on the Boston Chris podcast for the first time ever, picking his brain about the passion needed for running and cross country and just a phenomenal career. We're going to get into some fun segments now with Bill. I have like 5 or 6 fun segments, which these are kind of self-reflective kind of questions and put you on the spot kind of stuff. Let's see how you handle this.
Okay.
The first segment is called Mount Rushmore, and so Mount Rushmore has 4 presidents on it. In your opinion, who should be on the Mount Rushmore of long distance running?
Oh my God. It's very tricky. Well, I think we should go with 2 men and 2 women. And for the 2 men, um, I think I'm going to put up. I think I'm going to put up Abibe Bakila, the Ethiopian who took 2 Olympic golds. Probably because he was more my era and everything. And then maybe from Ethiopia, and maybe the American Frank Shorter, Olympic gold and silver medalist, the other man,
Okay.
distance running. And then on the women's side, I'll go with someone in my age group there, Greta White, the 9-time New York City Marathon champion, and then also Joan Benoit Simpson, who took Boston and Chicago and won gold in LA and has been high level runner all her life.
Love it. Okay,
It
there's your Mount
was-
Rushmore from the one and only Bill Rodgers. Um, Good stuff, man. Okay, so my next segment is called What the Heck? And this is just a game of rapid fire questions where you have to turn off your filter. So I ask the question, and whatever enters your brain has to leave your mouth. Don't stop it. All right? Number one,
okay.
pineapple on pizza, yes or no?
What was it again? Oh,
Pineapple?
pineapple on pizza?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay, all right, so that's a yes. Okay, number two, are you more of a hunter or a gatherer?
Hunter.
Okay. Number three, what do you think was the best thing before sliced bread?
That's impossible to answer.
All right, number four, let me see here. I got to put some funny ones in here too.
That's one.
All right, number four. If all right, this is an Olympic style question. If one Olympic synchronized swimmer drowns, what happens to the others?
They get to the surface as quick as they can.
So you don't think they drown too?
No.
Well, it's not very.
No.
It's not very synchronized. Then they probably wouldn't get a good score from the French judge.
They would help the other swimmer though.
Okay, well, not very professional of them, I'm going to say, right? So I'm just going to throw that out there. Okay, so yeah, it's all about the gold here. Life or death doesn't matter, right? That's not very synchronized. It seems like they got out of step a little bit. All right, number five, if you could go back in history to witness anything in time, what would it be?
The dinosaurs.
Okay, all right, last one. Let me see here. I don't want to go too crazy with you. All right, number five. Have you ever? What is the most embarrassing thing that happened to you during a race?
Most embarrassing thing that ever happened to me during a race? Um, I think one time I was running this race. I was in the lead, and I was sick with dysentery, so I had to look for the woods. And I ran into the woods. When I came out, a dog came barking and yelling at me. I picked up a rock and threw it. It bounced off the dog and hit a window across the way. So I took off like hell. It gave me a little adrenaline. But these kinds of things can happen because road racing is wide open.
So
It's the
even
street.
during the races, you're throwing stuff through windows. Bill, we said
Yeah.
we stopped playing baseball so that wouldn't happen, and you're still throwing stuff through windows.
Road racing is a really it's kind of a feisty sport, but it's a great sport, and it's a shake hand sport too. But for a
Yeah.
while, you are duking it out.
I'm
You're
just thinking
duking it.
about that whole situation. You're trying to, take care of business, and a dog comes after you.
Oh, there's no
Good
mercy.
Lord.
There
They,
is no mercy.
they probably thought you were doping during that race. How did he get so fast?
Yeah. Oh
Oh,
yeah.
man, that's great
It
stuff.
gave me some adrenaline.
I love it. All right, so that was What the Heck with Bill Rodgers. All right, next one. Usually this is called one artist, but I'm going to make it a little bit different because obviously you're not a musician. If there was one person in the world of racing that you feel didn't get their due from a public standpoint or a fame standpoint, who would that be?
Didn't get to do one person in the marathoning world.
Yeah.
Um, um, it's a very tricky one. I'm not sure exactly. Don Cardone is one fellow. He's a fellow American Olympian. Took fourth place in the Olympic marathon in 1976 when Frank Shorter took a silver behind East Germany's Waldemar Czerpinski. Czerpinski may have used a certain level of doping or something,
Yeah.
or steroids. Uh, it was an unclear kind of situation, but if that were true,
And it
and
cost him a
proved,
medal, didn't it?
cost him a medal.
Yeah.
And Don is one of these, super nice, never got angry. I never saw him speak real angry in my life type guys, but it's true.
Yeah.
It's kind of this can happen kind of this way.
All right. Next segment is called Personal Best. I love this one, especially from very accomplished folks like you. So, personal best is essentially like if I was looking at your career and over the course of all of your accomplishments as an outsider, I would say that you being inducted into the National Track and Field Hall of Fame in 1999 perhaps would be your greatest accomplishment. However, from a personal standpoint, what do you feel like was your best accomplishment? And it doesn't have to be racing.
Yeah, my best accomplishment. Um, I don't know. There's life and then there's sport and everything and from the sport thing it's making the Olympic team. But overall it's being a dad, and that's the best thing in the world. And I have two daughters, Elise and Erica, and they mean more to me than any Olympics or anything. But but I think I would stick with that. The
That's
most important. Yeah,
that's a great
that's
answer. Okay,
just really
last
great.
last one. This is called "Who Do You Think You Are?" So, who is Bill Rodgers?
Who am I? I'm a road runner. There's a great song, and I know you're a music guy, and I love music. My dad was a piano player. I thought you were going to ask me who are my favorite musicians, but all runners love music. That's why there was the rock and roll marathon series and everything. But I know I lost my train of thought.
Who is Bill Rodgers?
Oh yeah, who's Bill Rodgers? He's a road runner, and there's a song, "I'm a Road Runner, Baby." And I knew this guy who's like 80 years old, and he used to sing that song all the time. "I'm a road runner, baby. Yeah, that's who I am." And it go on and on and on. It's just fantastic. And that's running and music are like this,
Yeah,
So that you have a show on music and running. It's not far apart.
yeah, I love that.
So
So, 2025. What's in the future for Bill Rodgers?
2025, this year's my 50th anniversary since I won Boston in 75.
That's true.
And so
Yeah,
yeah, so I'll be doing some things in Boston with the BAA with a lot of my friends, and my partner Karen and my daughter Elise, and maybe Erica, my youngest one. Uh, but I think mainly it's just the marathon is like a celebration of life. It just as music is, and that's what it is. And road racing is. We're all there, though there is a lot of gritting and gnashing of teeth too. It's almost like kind of intensely, nearly religious type thing. Some people take the marathon real serious, and they will run till they drop. I wasn't one of those people. I would just go over to the side of the road and lie down
yeah, yeah.
and say, "I quit."
Well, Bill, I appreciate you being on the show. I appreciate an hour of your time today, and just what an interesting, intriguing human being, and what a life you have led, man.
Thank you very much, Boston Chris.
Of
Thank
course.
you very much. You got a great show.
Thank you, man.